Hello, family, and welcome back to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I really appreciate you coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today's message is about prophet or prayer. Which one is more important, prophet or prayer? And I'm just throwing that question out there because I'm reading through the book of Job right now. And it's Job chapter 21, verses 13 through 15. And the verses go as such. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto God, Depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Now, these verses hit home because I remember, going to church and, this young lady, she asked this question, like, what do I gain by coming to church? What do I gain by serving the Lord? What do I gain by giving my life to the Lord? And you think about a question like that. Like, what are you looking to gain? Why did you even come in the first place? Nobody comes to the Father except those who are called to him. And, obviously this young lady was not called at that time, but it is shocking and amazing the thought that goes through people's head. Well, what do I gain? If I'm praying, what do I gain because I'm praying? If I'm doing his will, what do I gain from doing his will? Man, it is something that we really need to be cognizant of, because at these times where we live and the evil that surrounds us on a daily basis, and we get so caught up in the show, the glitz, the glamour, those things that keep us the farthest away from God. And in Job, it's talking about that. They spend their days in wealth. I come from the richest country in the world, the United States of America. We have good streets. We have good water, some places. We have stable electricity. We have internet, and we have all the conveniences of shopping that you could possibly have. People can go out and make their money and sometimes support their families. I know things are getting tough and things are harder, because all rich nations crumble at a point. But I come from one of the richest nations in the world. And so that thought definitely hits home. We spend our days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. You see all these stars, all these actors, all these athletes, all these senators, Republicans, Democrats, congressmen, whatever you see, those people in power, those people with influence, those people with money, they go right down into the grave like everybody else. But they have their wealth. So all that time they had their wealth. Hey, depart from us, God. We don't need you, right? That's what they said. You know, Nobody really knows anyone's lives, but you can see by the amount of work someone puts in uh, what they're trying to do with their life, what they're showing by the actions. Man, it is amazing when I hit these scriptures today. It just hit me, like a ton of bricks, because I know I was living that same life. I was happy with the abundance. I was happy with the things. And, at a certain point, it just, you lose your taste for those things, because guess what? It doesn't get you any closer, as I read the Bible, and I'm trying to go closer to God, closer to God, closer to God. Narrow is the path, but wide was the way that everybody was going. Everybody I knew had houses or was trying to obtain one. Everybody I knew had cars or were trying to obtain one. Everyone I knew had been, to these various places to relax and enjoy, or they were trying to obtain it. Everybody was doing the same thing. So what made me different? What is the path that I'm missing? Because it seems like everybody I see wants to go the same way. I come over here and people want to have that rich, affluent life where they can go and do whatever, but nobody really has that heart to help and serve the people. And I know sometimes I get sidetracked by the wants that I have, the desires that I have. And I try to get back in the right perspective of what I'm trying to accomplish here, what I'm trying to do here. And ultimately in life, we're going to be selfish at a point, and we're going to be sometimes materialistic at a point. But that's not all life is. And so that's just my thought right now as I look and I'm trying to figure out, what is my desires? What has God put in me? Do I have a desire for God still? Right? Yes, I do. I know I do, because I'm here and I'm doing things for the people in my community. But in those days of my wealth and influence, what was it? Depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? Why should I give up my football Saturdays, my football Sundays, my baseball Mondays, my basketball Tuesdays, my soccer Wednesdays, the nights out with the fellas, the nights out with the girls, the trips? What should I give up to serve him? What profit should we have if we pray to him? Well, what do you desire? What is in your heart? What is on your mind? What are you trying to obtain? I'm trying to obtain salvation, and you can't obtain it by doing anything but believing. But once you believe, what are you going to do? Are you going to put any work toward it? Man, you think about that. Some people say, oh, I believe, I can find a good wife. I can believe I can find a good husband, but I'm not going to go work for it. I'm just going to sit here and they're going to come to me. No. The people that come to you are going to use you. But the people that you are looking for, that you're finding, that you're diligent about, that you're searching for, that you're not giving a slack hand and allowing to just accept anything that's given, that's going to be the value. The things that you're waiting on to be put in your lap because of your complacency, because of this convenience, that's what you're not going to need. That's what's going to destroy you. That's what's not going to help you get to the next phase of what God has in store for your life, because you're complacent, because you're accepting of these things. You're accepting of something that's not of value, because you're sitting back waiting for somebody to hand you something, hand you some leftovers, hand you some hand-me-downs, give you the second-rate items. But family, who am I, right? I'm just a man following God, with a woman following me, following God, with children that we're raising to follow God. And I pray that whatever you desire is of God, because that's the only thing that will prosper in the end. But family, I appreciate you for listening. And as always, enjoy the journey.